Hey everyone, it's Hayes, and in today's video we're going to be taking another look at the ending of Recreation, because yes, whilst I have already made a video on it, I was 100% wrong. So quick recap, I went over the ideas I'd seen other people putting in my comments. One idea was that it was Faye, and I was like, how would she know about Lila and where she was? Another was Tomaway, and same answer again, how would she know that? And also, how would Tomaway make that like lightning kind of effect? I have no idea. Another idea was that Lila was part of Gabriel's sacrifice, but now that we know that this lady is Amelie, not Emily, it seems that Gabriel gave his life for Natalie's, and even if he didn't, this ending scene takes place 2 months after the wish, and as Gimi says, the universe must stay in balance. Waiting 2 months to collect your sacrifice is not staying in balance, so that didn't happen. More ideas were that this is Nuru's true form, but Lila doesn't ask to see it, and I'm not sure the Kwame can just do that, unless in a desperate pile-fueled rampage like Indira's family. Another idea that this was Gabriel Babes' spirit, which from Reunion we know isn't really possible without a Kwagatama. So in the end I was like, it's none of these ideas. The answer is clearly it's something to do with the Reverse Special.
Yikes.
So if you don't know yet, the Reverse Special is set after Cat Noir Cataclysm's Monarch Daddy in episode 3 Destruction, which is the longest night ever. Oh my god, the day starts in Risk. Like, if I was Marinette and Adrian, I would have just refused at that point. Like, no, I need my sleep and I also need to cry. Thank you very much. But either way, the Reverse Special isn't set after the finale, so what happens to Lila in 26 if it's not the Reverse Special?
Enlighten me.
So I do think the Reverse does answer this question though, in that I think this thing, whatever it is really, is the Supreme. Now, what evidence do I have for this? Let's go over it all. Firstly, I have this small conversation from my favourite person ever, Thomas Astruc, where basically someone asks, hey, is there a chance for a spin-off? And he's like, no, it's too expensive, but we will surely see them again. As in, the characters will see them again, but as you can see, he doesn't specify who. I would assume that right now, just going off this tweet, I would assume he means Adrian and Marinette at the very least, but this could mean other characters too, and also ones who were just named in the special but not shown, for example Chloe and also the Supreme. And secondly, Lila is genuinely scared here, and in my opinion Lila isn't someone who gets easily scared. She's hard as nails, you know what I mean? And I definitely think she could be scared of someone she doesn't know, appearing in her hideout with this blue light, which right now I'm assuming is a portal, but we'll talk about that in a few moments. As of right now, we don't actually know what the Supreme looks like, but I'm kind of assuming he's either an evil version of Master Fu or an evil version of Suhan. But from information given to us in the special, he doesn't seem like he's a great person, and I would assume he would be dressed to match, but I do assume he is also using a Miraculous. It would be pretty hard, in my opinion, to control all these other Miraculous holders, or most of them, if he wasn't wearing a Miraculous himself. He's not meant to be a good person, so his outfit will probably reflect that, and I do think that, combined with Lila not knowing him, nor her understanding what's going on, would make her pretty scared, and even though she isn't scared of much, I do think this would be quite plausible for her to be scared of it here. Now, I mentioned before that there would be a portal. He's not in her universe, and it seems the only way to get between them is through portals. So we see Alia is used as Ubiquity, who is like a portal to go between them, and Gabriel Babes right at the end of the special also uses the Rooster Miraculous to travel between the parallel universes. And I would assume the Supreme also uses the Rooster, but as we can see with Gabriel Babes, that portal is red, not this blue-white kind of colour we see reflected in the catacombs. However, I do think the Rooster, assuming that's the one being used, as it seems it's really the only way to get to a parallel universe without akumatizing someone, could be working a little bit differently here, in that the Supreme may have mixed the power with another Miraculous, like we see in Revolution. Ladybug and Cat Noir are stuck in the turtle shields that have been mixed with the Ox power, so Cat Noir can't destroy them. I think the Supreme could have mixed the Rooster with the Rabbit, which is why it gives off this blue light instead of a red light. So what I think the Supreme could be doing is using the Rooster to access a separate universe, but have mixed it with the Rabbit Miraculous so he can move around in time as well as space. We don't know for certain if this is possible, however the Supreme has been able to put a block on the Kwamis so they can't talk, and also so the wish can't be made. So if he's able to do that, I don't see why he wouldn't be able to do this. So back to the Rabbit Miraculous, like I said before, the Reverse special is set to episode 3 Destruction, and what happens to Lila at the end of Recreation is roughly several months later. Each season of the show is approximately 2 to 3 months, plus there is also a 2-month summer break between the Wish and Lila's ending scene, as it's right before school starts back up again, which in France is September. So I think the Supreme may have considered talking to Gabriel Babes when he still had the Butterfly Miraculous and was also still alive, but then quickly realised he was dying, so decided not to bother. So then the Supreme jumped forward in time to when the Butterfly Miraculous got a new holder. But the next natural question would be, why is he doing this? What's his motivation here? From what we know, the Supreme wants control over his version of Paris, and now Ladybug and Claw Noir are working with Hesperia, as we see at the end of the special, because of what Ladybug and Cat Noir did, their conversations with them. I think the Supreme would get pretty annoyed, since there's now 3 people with Miraculouses working against them, so they've got more of a chance to win, and as a result, I think the man will be petty enough to be like, right, okay then, I'll go help the new Butterfly Miraculous holder in their worlds to level the playing fields, which could see a reappearance of some Reverse characters in this next season. So there you go, besties, that's my new theory on the ending to Recreation. But let me just say right now, if it is not that either, then I am out of ideas. I've no idea what it is if it's not that. Okay. No idea. If it's wrong, I'm like, okay, whatever. At this point, I'm not even confident it's right. I'm just like, you know what? I'll just wait. Because I don't know. Anyway, besties, I'd love to know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.